Hey, what's going on, guys? This is your man Elmer. I'm here with
Diaz, all the way from Kissimmee,
Mr.
Florida.
Diaz. What's going on, guys? Thank you for joining us this beautiful Saturday afternoon. We're very happy that you have taken time to be here with us in our brand new podcast, Entre Amigos. This is our first episode, so we hope that you guys enjoy what we have prepared for you guys tonight. Um, I
First
would like
live
to introduce
episode, live
ourselves
live episode.
live. We're doing
Yeah,
this
we had
on
we had a
God.
test run the other day that went to shit, but you know,
So we're doing this show. We're doing it raw. There's no uncut. There's no editing. The idea of doing this show like this is so you guys can get an idea what it feels like to be with a group of guys that just that have been friends for so many years. So Jose, Mr. Diaz, we've been friends for a long time. We're actually missing someone.
yeah, Tony, pepperoni Tony.
Tony.
Unfortunately, he caught the
We're
flu.
missing our boy Tony. Yeah. So hopefully he's doing better. I know who's taking care
I
of him
think his
today.
boyfriend is taking care of him, making him chicken noodle soup. So you
Hey,
know,
hey, at least he got a good man taking care of him.
we
So
need
that's
we need men like that in our lives, bro.
seriously. But anyways, no, thank you guys for joining us. So basically, I just want to introduce myself. My name's Selmer. Many of you guys already know me, and I'm here. I'm from Rhode Island. I've been here my pretty much my whole life. I was born in Guatemala. I was there until I was 11 years old. I am 45 years old, and then, Rhode Island's been my city. I'm from Providence, and I can't. I don't see myself going anywhere else. This is home for me. 401 all the time. So
Mhm.
basically, I want to talk about the idea of this podcast. This came to my mind, and then it went into my heart, and I decided to do this to let you guys get like a feeling of what it is that guys talk about when they're together. So
Yeah, exactly.
la razón de este programa es para presentarles una programación sin corte, una programación que no está editada, sino que lo que se dice así es. Y la idea de este programa nació en mi mente y después pasó a mi corazón y era con la idea de compartir con ustedes y dejarles saber qué es lo que los amigos de muchísimos años, how long we've been friends, almost like 30 years, right?
Yeah, just about. We were doing the calculations earlier
About
today.
30 years or something like that.
Yeah, it's like 30
Yeah,
plus
¿qué es
years.
lo que los amigos de 30 años hacen cuando se juntan? ¿Qué es lo que hablan? So, como les digo, esto no
Even
es editado.
even
Esta
DeVito has a
programación
comment
es
there, buddy.
hecha ahí. Let's see
All
what
right.
is the DeVito's comment. Oh, saludos, Elvis, ¿cómo estás? Mucho gusto. Gracias por compartir este tiempo con nosotros de tu día ocupado. That's actually one of my cousins. Saludos a ti, Eddie. Elvis, espero
Elvis,
que estés bien.
welcome. Welcome,
Elvis.
Elvis.
Sí. So, José, dime, ¿cómo estás, bro? How you doing, man?
Good, man. It's been a long weekend, man. Over here, spring break started. So, we have a lot of, my wife made a lot of plans to do a bunch of things with the kids, beach, movie theaters, split it up a little bit. We normally would travel, but it's just too much going on, especially nowadays, there's so much congestion, man, traffic everywhere. And so we just decided to stay local. But yeah, overall, it's been a little busy, but,
Well,
staying
I know
active.
you're over there in Florida, man. I'm so jealous, bro. How's the weather over there, by the way?
76 and counting, my brother. It's 76 and counting.
76.
Yeah, yeah. And,
76, bro.
yeah. Hey, look,
We were so excited. Hey, we were so excited. We got 60, I think 64-degree weather the other day, man. Estábamos contentos. As a matter of fact, I even took my motorcycle out. That's how excited I was about like 64-degree weather.
I'm good, man. You can keep that, man. I mean, every now and then it's good to have weather where, it's not so hot because hot every day gets a little boring. So, when we get these little cold fronts, it feels good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
So
definitely. Definitely. I see that Pepperoni has joined us, in the
pepperoni Tony's there.
comment
Oh,
section.
Jesus.
Pepperoni has joined.
Yeah.
Yo, Tony, we miss you, man. We wish you would have been here, but we know you're sick. We understand that. So Tony is part of this idea of this vision, Entre
Mhm.
Amigos. So, hopefully next week when we go back on live, he'll be here with us.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised that his man decided to let him go and make a comment. you know,
El hombre no es
yeah,
celoso.
he
That's
should
right.
be resting. He should be resting or something.
But yeah, so what's going on, Jose? How's your week? How was your week, man?
Yeah, well, it's like I said earlier. It was okay. So again, with the spring break and all that stuff, it gets a little busy over here. It's my wife and I, our schedules are opposite of each other. Which means that when I'm off, she's working, and when she's working, I'm off. So I had to plan.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to plan around her schedule. You know what I mean? And Steph, man, she's
Yeah.
always planning something, always coming up with some ideas, and I'm
Oh, that's what
surprised by
women
my
do, man. That's what a wife does, man. You know what I'm saying? The wife always has something planned. They always got something going on. So,
yeah,
uh,
I guess.
that's what they're meant to do. So I'm glad, things are happening for you guys, and I guess I'm just happy for you and the family over there because
Yeah,
it's warm, man. Over here, we
yeah.
can't wait till the
The
warm
last
weather.
time you came down here with your kid was on,
Mhm.
how long ago was that? Maybe 2 years
It
ago.
was about 2 years ago that I went to Florida. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It was about 2 years that I went to Florida.
yeah. We had fun that time too, man. Yeah.
It was good. It was
Mhm.
good. I mean, remember the time we were uh actually we went to the pool. I think it was at night. We went to the pool and we were just chilling,
That was
smoking
that
cigars,
was
drinking.
about that was about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Yeah, yeah. And then it started
Somebody
raining,
just snuck in.
Papi, papi.
Uh,
You got a special guest.
we got a special guest in the house.
What are you saying?
Okay. We got a special guest coming in, of course.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Tenía que presentarla, tenía que introducirla.
Yeah. That was about maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, it
Right?
was about 5 years ago. One of the
Yeah.
things that impressed me from Florida, I think that was my first time that I went to Florida, was that it was beautiful, and then like out of nowhere, it just started raining, like
Yes. Yeah.
pouring.
It's almost
You
like
know what
New
I
England.
mean?
Like, it's like unpredictable weather,
Right, 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 right.
especially in the
Unpredictable.
summer. In the summer, it has, real hot. Then it rains, and then it gets real muggy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's just, it's unbearable sometimes. Yeah.
no,
As a matter of fact,
definitely it is.
when you came down, I think your oldest daughter was graduating the army or
The
whatever it was.
army, yeah. So it was somewhere around maybe 2015, 2016. Yeah,
Oh, so it was longer than that.
that's when she was. If I'm not mistaken, she was in Fort Jackson. She was graduating
Yes.
from the National Guard. Yeah, from what's that called?
The reserves.
The training, the reserves. Yes,
Yeah.
and we actually went to see her. We went to her graduation, and then we took that little trip to Florida from, I think it was South Carolina, North Carolina to
Yeah.
Florida. But it was a great experience, man. And like always, man, like I said, we've been friends for so many years. So like every time that I get to see you or that you come up here to New England, man, it's always great. We have so much fun, bro. I think that I have a picture that we took one time that we were at Coal State Park, I think. Remember
Oh,
that
yeah.
Hector was there, estaba Culebra, Tony, tú y yo.
Yeah,
That
my
was,
mom
it was
actually
nice
set
that
that
we
up
all
that
got
day.
together.
Yeah, my
Huh?
mom set up that day, that outing that day.
Yeah, yeah,
and
no,
then
that
you
was
guys
that was
came
pretty
over. So
awesome, man.
yeah,
That was pretty awesome. So, it was great having you. I think every time that you come down here, we have so much fun, man, because it just the whole group gets together and we uh I guess DeVito has a question.
Oh,
It's
DeVito.
fun, No, it's fun when we all get together because yo siento como que cuando todos nos juntamos así en grupo, entre los amigos, nos divertimos tanto y yo creo que yo me río tanto que a mí hasta la lágrima se me sale. It's
Yeah.
awesome, man, being all of us being, together. But
I think the what keeps us all interested in and always in communication is the fact that we go out of our ways to find each other.
Yeah.
It's when if you're visiting somewhere locally, you make it it's part of the program that, hey, I gotta go visit so and so, or I gotta
Right,
visit.
right, right.
It's every time I go back up north, for a fact I'm hitting you guys up. I'm looking you guys up. Hey, what are we up to this week? And I'm over here for a set amount of days. Let's go eat, and then let's go have dinner. Let's go have a drink, smoke a cigar somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. So we have a question here. What's your
We got
favorite
a couple
thing about
questions,
each
man.
other? We have a couple questions, huh?
Well, I definitely love Tony's accent, his New York accent. I'm sorry that his man's probably listening, but it's for as many years as
Yeah,
he's been in Rhode Island, his New York Bronx accent,
yeah.
it's just
Like
it's
that
just
turns you
divine.
on.
It's divine. Yes, absolutely.
Uh, no, that's a good question. I mean,
My favorite thing about Elmer, Tony, and even Hector, that maybe someday he'll be on, is the fact that we're family oriented.
yeah,
That
yeah,
no matter what we do, where we've been, what we've done, we always plan with our families, and we always do things with families. And I think that that's what keeps the dynamic strong, that we have the same
right.
ideals, same principles about family and raising kids, and we also help each other out. So I think Shayla, I think that's your daughter asking that
Hmm.
question.
Yeah.
To answer that question, I think that's what it is about. What attracts me to Tony especially.
I think the New York accent. I, I think I can agree with you, man. Being, I think all of us, the whole group, the whole wolf pack,
Hmm.
we all family oriented, and one of the things that I guess I can say about each one of you guys is that you guys are all great dads,
Hmm.
you know, and I consider myself a good dad,
Hmm.
and I admire you guys. You know what I'm saying, for um, the 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 type of fathers that you are. It's
Hmm.
crazy because we met each other before we had kids, when we were kids,
Yeah, we
you
grew
know
up each other, man.
and yeah, so we were kids, and then we became boyfriends, husbands, and then we became fathers, and now we're at a level where we became grandfathers.
Grandfathers, yeah,
You
man.
know what I'm saying?
Different stages,
So
different
that's
stages.
amazing. It's all different stages. I guess we all have lived those different stages, and I think that's a quality that we have that will keep us unite forever. But as personality wise, man, what do I like about Tony? About Tony,
Stop,
I
he's mine.
I, I guess Tony's a cool cat, man. Tony's the type of guy, he will take his shirt off for you,
Literally.
and literally.
And
And
willingly.
you're like, oh. El
So
tío,
Tony
dale
was
dos
doing,
cervezas y yo se
yeah,
quita la camisa, Tony.
pepperoni Tony was doing t-shirt time before t-shirt time became a
he,
thing, bro.
he was doing Boricuas con guayo. But no, on a serious note, though, Tony's the type of dude that, he's legit, man. He's faithful to your friendship. The dude's 100%. He's there when you need him. He could be an asshole sometimes, but hey.
But here's the thing about that. And I'm glad you brought that topic up, because it's you need people like that. You can't always
You,
say,
yeah, 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 of
yeah, you're
course.
doing the right thing. Yeah, you're doing the right thing. You always got the friends that don't want to say nothing. You know what I mean? But it's always good to have
Right.
somebody to say, hey, listen, man, I think you got to bring it back a couple of notches. You're going off topic, or you're doing this wrong, or I think it should be done this way. Somebody who could tell you how it
Yeah,
is, the way it should be. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I guess
No,
an
I
asshole
I,
like
I
that
think that
is good.
he's a good asshole.
Yeah.
He has no it's in the group you got to have all the whole enchilada. What
Yeah.
did you say earlier? You got to have the smart one, You have to have the drunk one.
The drunk one, the overly
You gotta have
educated one.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
have the funny one, you know. And in
yeah.
our case, Tony's the asa, but he's a cool asa. We love him. Now,
Uh,
Tony and I, man, over here, like, there was a couple of times that we went without like communicating with each other, and he was doing his thing, I was doing my thing, and then this is the good thing about friendship between guys. uh, we stopped seeing each other for like, I don't know, over a year, 2 years, and then when we finally see each other, it's like it was like I saw him yesterday. There's no like
yeah.
awkward moments. There's nothing like that. We just connect. So there's been times, what I'm saying, there's been gaps throughout these years where we didn't communicate, but it always goes back to the beginning. That friendship. So I love Tony. Hector's. Everyone that knows us knows that one of the pack, the wolf pack. Hector's
Mhm.
one of our boys. He's doing his thing. He's busy. He has become a very successful man. He's doing his thing. So we love him too. He was more kind of like the reserved type of guy. He was very quiet most of the
Eh,
time. To me, I think he was more quiet. Now you Jose, man, you're funny, bro. You're a funny dude, man.
man.
All right.
I'm a little
Hey,
bit
if
over.
you guys
I'm
ever
all over
want
the place, man.
if you guys ever want someone, right, to be in a chicken wing competition, this is the man right here. Hey,
Uh,
listen, put your money on Jose. He'll definitely win you the chicken wing
we got
competition.
this, man. Just bring
Yeah,
out those wing things,
he'll
bro.
he'll put a chicken wing like
Clean it, clean it straight through.
clean, no meat left on that chicken wing.
And in no way, shape, or form am I promoting
Mm,
alcoholism or
we're
irresponsibility
not.
with
We're
alcohol.
definitely not.
But I could say that after a few drinks, on a busy night, having fun with the guys and the fellas, we order some chicken wings. If you ain't, if you're not paying attention, man, it's like you never ordered chicken wings, bro. Some things are gone, bro. Oh,
Uh, oh, DeVito. I see DeVito. What are you going to take care of that and say?
DeVito has another question. Let's see.
DeVito has another question.
What do you think is important value to have as a friend? Wow, that's a really good one.
We're getting some deep questions over here.
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna have to bounce on this one, man. No, I'm just kidding. a great value would be let's see. There's so many because I'm thinking within the group, because everybody has their different personalities.
I
But
think I got an answer that on top of my head.
mhm.
I think it'll be
What do you
trust.
definitely trust.
Trust.
Absolutely.
So I speak for experience. I'm a loyal friend. You know, there's it's a lot of like rules that come with when someone sees you as their best friend. Um, and I think those are like rules that we should not violate. And the word best friend um, could be said just from the mouth.
Hmm.
Just like, oh yeah, he's my best friend.
Yeah, just to say it.
But yeah, just to say it, but meaning it, it's a totally different level. And I think that trust through friendships, it always gets put to the test.
Hmm.
You know,
All the time.
and I think that's where you filter who's your true friend and who's not your true friend. So like Tony Pepperoni said, loyalty, trust is
Hmm.
what's most important in a friendship.
Hmm.
If you find someone, right, as you're getting older, as you're growing up, you find someone that holds your secrets, or in a lot of times, and this happens in between guys a lot, that you have a beautiful girlfriend or a beautiful wife, and then you have a one of your friends
Hmm.
that's supposedly in your group, and behind your back they're like like stabbing you or talking bad about you just so they can get your girl's attention.
Hmm.
you know that's going to happen, and I went through that a couple times,
Mm-hmm.
where I was betrayed by people that I thought, were my best friends, or they were friends of mine, and
Mm-hmm.
this happened years ago. So I learned from that, and because I went through that experience, I think that I can now talk about it, and trying to like maybe educate like the young fellas about, everybody could say they're your best friends, but in reality
Yeah.
it's less than this,
Less.
because you cannot trust everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and whoever is considered your best friend and goes through that trust process and they become successful, that's a lifetime friend right there.
Yeah. Also, empathy. I think
Empathy.
empathy. Yeah, I think empathy. Amongst friends is important because you could be feeling some type of way. I could be feeling a certain way. We need to understand those feelings and try to advise and talk through it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're not perfect. You know what I mean? We have, at times we get negative thoughts or we want to give up on things and do make certain decisions that probably wouldn't be agreeable to a friendship or the family dynamic. So that's where we all come in and we empathize with each other and we kind of counsel each other, so to speak, and give each other advice. you know so I think
Yeah, well,
empathy is a big one to have, amongst friends, especially if they're true friends, like you're saying,
hmm,
because like you're saying, it's you can call anybody a friend
right, right, right.
or best friend, but are they really?
Yeah.
Did they really grind it with you? You know?
One of the things that I learned the other day is that when you're in your early 20s and stuff like that, um, you're surrounded by so much people, right?
Yeah.
And as you get older, the group of people, if you had 20 friends when you were in your early 20s, now you have 10. As you get older, like now you're 30, you'll have 5 friends. And it's not that, one of the things that I learned is that it's not that they go away or they go their own way. A lot of times they disappear because you unconsciously start filtering people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You start
You get what I'm
eliminating.
saying?
Yeah,
You start
absolutely.
you start filtering
Yeah.
people. So y- because now you're mature and you understand what's good for you and what's not good for you. What is a good motive, a good friend to have around, a good person to have around, and what is not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why the group of people as you get older becomes smaller.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that they disappear; it's that you unconsciously
Yeah.
filter them.
Yeah. You're filtering them,
You
exactly.
filter them, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of things that we do like that, that we do it not being conscious, and it just gets better. Yeah, it gets better.
Yeah. No, no, you're right.
Devito has a question.
DeVito, what advice would you give someone who's turning 30? Oh, jeez. All right, well, that depends. Are you going to Vegas to celebrate? uh, Somebody who's turning 30. Well, it depends on where you're at your life. Financially, professionally, uh, family, who you with family. It all depends on what you're doing. What I would say is, if you're not already, um, in a career path financially, you gotta get your act together, because I'm seeing a lot of guys out there that are still trying to figure it out. You know,
Mhm.
they're still trying to figure out what they want to do with themselves, career wise, or even trying to build a business. They just
Yeah.
they can't figure it out yet. I would say, if you have people giving you advice, like our group, listen to each other. Take some of those advice. Yeah, you might not think that it's not good for you, but in reality, that person's probably already been through it, and he's advising you to take that path so you could be, a little more comfortable. But at 30, again, it depends where you're at in your life, man. Because our advice might not mean anything to you. Me telling you, smoke less cigars. You know what I mean? It just depends where you're at in your life.
Smoke good cigars if you're
It's
gonna
it's
smoke.
it's definitely a good question. Again, it just
Yeah.
depends. It depends what stage in your life you're at right now, and maybe if you tell
I
me
think
that,
that's 100% accurate. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it's 100% accurate. I mean, how would you advise someone that's 29 turning 30?
Mhm.
Um, I think by the age of 30, we should have our shit together.
Yes, you should
Unfortunately,
be.
we are
You
men,
should already.
and
Yes.
80% of us don't have our shit together at the age of 30. I
Somebody
think
said,
that a lot of
"Live in the
us
moment.
at the
Life is
age of
short."
30,
I like that one. I like
no,
that one.
hey, I'm gonna get back to that. That's pretty awesome because I'm a great believer of living the present, living the moment, and
Yes,
I'm gonna get back to that one. But
but
going back to
I'm a granddad now, so I can't really live in the moment.
I think that, like I said, at the age of 30, we should have our shit together. My advice that I can give you, that I can give someone uh, that's turning 30 and is looking for an advice will be try to hang out with people that is smarter than you.
yeah,
Try to look for people that are better than you, that are more successful. There's a saying that if you hang out with two fools, you will become the third one.
you'll become the third fool.
If you hang out with you become the third fool, yeah. And if you hang out with two smart guys, you will become the third smart guy.
And it's not. And
So
it's not
if at,
necessarily. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
go ahead. No, well,
No, no.
I
Go
was
ahead.
gonna
Finish.
say, no, thanks, man.
I'm
Such an
sorry, bro.
asshole.
Oops.
Yeah. See that? Hey,
Sorry,
the next
dude.
question should be what do you don't like about your friends? It's a guy right there.
Case in point.
Hey, I don't even have to say anything. He just answered that question. But no, I lost my train of thought. But yeah, man, just look for people that are better than you, that are more educated. Like I'll go back to the beginning of this question. Was that I said that unfortunately at the age of 30, a lot of guys have not matured yet, and they still think that they're in their 20s and they still want to party and they still want to drink. Let me tell you, you're already halfway through your life. 35, you're considered old already. If you really think about it, you're not beginning your life, you're already halfway.
Halfway.
My advice again, look for people that are smarter than you, look for people that are more educated than you, look for people that have goals, look for people that can motivate you,
Mm-hmm.
look for people that are successful so you can become successful.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I learned, you know, and I was introduced by someone I loved, you know, educate yourself on reading.
Mm-hmm.
Read books, man. Read
Yeah.
books.
Yeah.
I cannot preach enough about reading books. Educate yourself on somebody else's experiences.
Yes. Well, that's what really. That's
I
that.
always say that. Go ahead.
When it really comes down to it, it's that's what it really is. You know what I mean? It's not necessarily like you're saying. Surround yourself with people that are better than you, because I say that no matter what you do, you should always think that nobody is better than you, right? But
Well,
they have their,
but what I mean
but
by
they
that
have
is
but they
someone that
have
you can learn from.
but they have
That's what I mean by that.
act together. They have their act together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
they've
don't
been
like
there
us.
and done that.
Yeah, like that saying says,
Yeah.
if you hang out with a fool, you will become a fool. But
Yeah, the third.
if you hang out with people that are educated or people that already have business, they're
Yeah.
gonna tell you how to create your own business.
Yes.
You show them the idea, they'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, Jose, this is how you're gonna do these things, this is how you're not gonna do it. That's what I mean by
Yeah, no.
surrounding yourself with people that are better than you.
Yeah.
Not necessarily I mean by like ethics or anything
Yeah.
like that. I mean by being successful.
Unless you're
Because I think
pepperoni
that's what
Tony.
that question is all about. Huh? What happened?
Unless you're pepperoni Tony.
No, I get it. I get it. And you're right about reading. I try to read when I can read. At work, I try to take time away from all the
I'm
madness.
addicted to that.
Yeah.
I go like this when I don't read. I'm like, oh God, I need to read. I need to read.
Well, that's called being a crackhead. But let's pass that.
That's. Oh, I always try to take time at work to to read and take so just to separate my mind from whatever's going on at work with all the chaos and whatever. So
Yeah, yeah,
it's always good to pick up a book and try to. I mean, I still got books there that I started reading, haven't finished it because I jump into another one. Maybe that's not a
yeah.
good thing. I don't know,
It's not.
but I finish a lot of them. I get stuck on a few because maybe it just doesn't interest me at that point in time, and I just move on from it. But that doesn't mean that I stop,
Yeah.
reading or trying to educate myself, for
Yeah.
better.
Can I ask you a question? Do
Mhm.
you remember the first book that you read that you finishly entirely, like that you completely
Well,
finished?
you're talking recently or like ever?
Your first book.
My first book ever.
Yeah, yeah.
My first book ever was I was probably in middle school, and it was called Spider Town by Abraham Rodriguez.
All right. Now let me ask you a question. When you were on the last pages of the book, what was your feeling, your sensation? The reason why I'm asking this is because I want to know if we share the same feeling.
The same
How I felt,
enthusiasm about reading.
enthusiasm. No, about finishing the book and all right. So I'm gonna tell you one thing. So I finished my first book that I finished. It was by Ravi Zacharias.
Mhm.
He passed away, and as I was getting to the ending of the book, um, I felt this. I don't know if it's called anxiety or what it was, but I felt like I needed to finish, and I just couldn't wait until I was done with it. Be, and when I finally got to the last page, oh man, it felt so good because it was a decent book. It was kind of era grande, tenía un montón de
Were you,
páginas, como like
were you happy
300
you were done with that big ass book, or you were just like, oh shit?
No, because no, I wanted it finished, but the excitement that I felt that I had finished a book,
Mm-hmm.
I felt like I had accomplished something,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that feeling right there, that feeling there stood with me and up until now.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I start reading a book, I finish it, because to me finishing a book is a big accomplishment.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that's why I'm asking you. That's
Well,
why I asked you how you feel when you
just
finish a book.
it depends because I've read books that I'm like, I can't believe I just wasted my time on this thing. You know what I
But you
mean?
finished it.
Yeah, but I finished books that that I didn't enjoy, and when I do finish books that I do enjoy, I'm more to that aspect, like you're describing. Like,
Mm-hmm.
damn man, this is it, man. Is there a part
Yeah.
2 to this? You know what I mean? But there's a lot of like just most recently, I had to read a book because I was I was in process of promoting at work, so they had
Okay.
us all reading a book there that I'm not even going to give it any clout, man, because it wasn't my type of book, but I was
Okay.
forced to read it because it was part of the promoting process at work. So I was like, somebody said I like coloring books,
Yeah.
but
One
it's
thing I like about Tony, he's the immature friend. He's like the little kid.
yeah. So that book, maybe somebody else would have enjoyed it. I know people at work, they were speaking highly of it. It just didn't. It
Okay.
wasn't me. It
It
wasn't
didn't
attracting.
interest you.
No. I was just forced to read it,
Mhm.
and yeah, I didn't like it at all. But there are books that I do enjoy. I read a book about the Black Samurai, the first Black Samurai in ever, in history. That one was very, very interesting. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then when I got towards the end of it, it kind of left you like a cliffhanger, like you're saying. It
Mm-hmm.
was like, man, and that book was like probably like that big, man. So I was like, damn, that's it, man. Leaving me hanging here, man. And I wanted to know more, but it was more of a historical facts book than anything else. It was just explaining how this gentleman became the first African American, not African American, sorry, African samurai in a nation of all, samurais. So
Okay.
it was just interesting, you know. But
No,
I get what you're saying with the whole, you know, does it interest you? Do you fall into it? Did you fall in love with it? Do you want more? You know, some
Yeah.
yes and some no. You know.
No. Yeah. There's, you know, I have picked up a lot of books that I have started reading them, and as I'm going through them, I'm like, okay, well, this is a little bit boring, but I always try to pick up something from them and learn something from them. One of the things that I want to advise the young people, the people, it doesn't have to be young, but people that don't read, it's people, when it comes to books, people would put like 5, 10 years of research to write one book.
Mm-hmm.
And they will probably talk to maybe 1,000 people, you know, to write one book. And in a book this thick or this thin, you will get all the information that it took them 5, 10, 15 years to write.
Yeah.
That's the beauty about reading books, that you get someone's worth and someone's experience. The video, man, and the questions. You get someone's life experience in a book, and you know, it's great. You know, books are great, man.
I had a cousin. I
guess the
had a
title
cousin.
says
You remember Rosie, right? Rosie,
yeah, I remember Rosie.
yeah, man. Yo, listen, man. Rosie used to read books, man. Like somebody told her, "Hey, we're taking all the books ever written and we're gonna burn them." You know,
She was hungry.
She was hungry for books, man. She used to read
Mm.
books like you would not believe, man. You know, I'm not that enthusiastic about reading books like that. I like more stuff that interests me, or you know, that would probably inspire me in a different way, you know. So
Yeah, no, I get it. There's a little bit of everything, but you know, we fell into this subject because you know, someone was asking a question about what would you advise someone that's turning 30, and my answer to that was reading books. But we got so much. But guys, thank you. You know, we are happy that
I
we
said
have,
go to Vegas. This guy said read books.
That's a good thing about friends. You know, there's always like different opinions. You got this guy telling you to do evil. You got this guy telling you to do good. Yo, so what's up, man? You keeping up with the Celtics over there in Florida, or what?
Listen, man. I download every sports app that I can to be connected with New England, Boston,
Right,
Red
we don't
Sox,
get a championship
Celtics.
this year.
Oh my God, man! Let me tell you, man. The Celtics are on fire this year. You know what I mean?
They are. They're a great team, man.
if they don't win this year, man, it was all for nothing, kid.
Yeah,
it was all for nothing. They wasted their time, and I'm gonna go back and jump on the train with Tony, and be a Knicks fan. So I'm gonna be that disappointed.
Well, you was a Knicks fan before?
Yeah, I was a Knicks fan when in the Jordan
Patrick
era.
Ewing and all that stuff.
Yes,
Patrick
in the Jordan, everybody. It was almost like today's day, you know, with Kobe and LeBron James. Everybody was jocking these guys. You know what I mean? So back then, I felt the same way in the early '90s. You know what I mean? I was like, what is it with the? You know, I was like, I'm tired. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of hearing it. So I was like, I need to pick a team. And the Celtics back then, you know, Larry Bird was already gone. He was already
So there was a big gap. There was
nothing
going on with the Celtics.
It was a huge gap, man. So I was like, you know what? Let me jump on that Knicks bandwagon. And I fell in love with the Knicks, man. I love their grittiness.
I like the colors. That's all I could say. I like the Knicks colors. I don't know.
No. The Knicks back then, man, were awesome, man. They were just gritty, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I jumped on that bandwagon.
Yeah, all the Laker fans, they're all assholes. Same thing like the Yankees.
Yeah, Yankees.
So, tell me why. Everyone that's a New York Yankee fan, it's a Lakers fan, bro.
Yeah, because
tell me that. Explain that to me.
I'll explain. Easy.
They're assholes.
I can't tell you much about UFC. I really don't watch UFC.
That's too brutal for me. I can't talk about UFC. That's
Yeah,
brutal.
no,
Esos son animales dándose
well,
golpes.
no, it's not that for me.
It's
It's
too
not that it's
much,
too
bro.
brutal. I just think
Yeah, it's too
I just
brutal.
I never really followed it. I like the I
I'm
like
a
I
lover,
love
not a fighter.
I like the competitiveness. You know what I mean? But I'm more of a I'm more of a boxing fan than anything else.
Yeah,
UFC is good. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of competition in UFC, but I never really followed it like that. So I remember
Tell
when
me.
it first came out. You remember when UFC first came out, man? It
Yeah,
was
I
like
remember.
it was like
man.
unsanctioned, man. You had this
You had
500
to have.
pound guy fighting a
Yeah,
120-pound dude. You know what I mean?
yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah,
And that was like they serve they serve UFC for breakfast, man. It's everywhere, man. Everybody wants to do UFC. I personally don't like UFC, man. I think that's too brutal, man. I think human beings shouldn't beat each other like that for money or for fame. You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
it is what it is at the end of the day. I guess it became another sport back in the day. People
UFC.
used to like, kill themselves with swords till the end,
UFC is
but
for men who drink milk and do push-ups.
yeah.
Uh,
I guess DeVito says I like Mahomes.
I listen. Let me tell you
I,
something. If
I like
Mahomes,
Mahomes. He's pretty cool. He's a good kid. I like him. He's
if
good. He's good. The
Mahomes,
kid got talent.
if Mahomes wins another one
Another championship.
between the next 2 to 3 years, I'm sorry to say, man, but this guy is on track to surpass our boy Tom Brady. I'm gonna be real. This guy's on a whole new level, man. And he just reconstructed his contract, almost what Brady was doing back then.
Yeah.
Always reconstructing to bring in new talent.
So you mean he gave up the $500 million he got?
I would say
that's what he got.
I'm not sure.
He
I'm not
got
sure.
Almost $500 million, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure exactly what he did with his money, but I want to say that he's doing what Brady did back then. Maybe go more incentive wise, with earning to continue on this path. Because let me tell you, man, these guys remind me of what we were doing back then, man. Kansas City,
drinking and partying and smoking cigars. That's what we were doing.
Yeah, these guys are on a whole new level, man.
John Jones versus Mahomes. Who's John Jones?
She's probably talking about UFC also. Is that what you were talking about?
I think I'll take John Jones beat over Mahomes.
Yeah,
Mahomes all the way.
Oh, John Jones.
But John Jones. Fill me in on John Jones. I don't know who John Jones is, but I think that Mahomes needs to win. He needs to win a lot more before he gets to Brady's level. Oh, John Cena?
No, I think she's talking about the UFC Mahomes. I think that's what
really?
it is. Yeah, we just went off. We went on a rant.
We went off top. Hey guys, listen, don't take us off the topic over here.
Yeah, you got to be specific when you say Mahomes, man, because the only Mahomes I know, like Pepperoni Tony. I'm gonna have to read about him in a book.
Yeah, but no, I mean, I think that it could be. It could happen. You know, one of the things Jose that about football, right, is that.
Sir, we're on a podcast. It's Mr. Diaz.
Mr. Diaz. Yeah, my bad. Mr. Diaz. Mr. Diaz. So one of the things that I think that has changed in football since I started watching is how much they protect the quarterback. So like if you have like a linebacker, right, that's blitzing, he has to be careful he doesn't hit the quarterback below the waist or the knees, he also has to make sure he doesn't give him a late hit, because if it's like a 3rd and 5, now you do a late hit because you're blitzing, now you give him a 1st and down. So it's almost like they protect the quarterback so much.
See, but
all the quarterbacks they last a long time, bro. Before, if you watch the NFL back from the days,
the 80s, 70s,
yeah,
80s,
they used to get hit.
They used to get
like their career was short. Same thing like the running backs. Their career was short. You know what I'm saying? But nowadays they have so much protection, you could barely touch them.
Yeah, and here's the thing:
spank him in the ass, and you already get a flag. You get a 15-yard. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like quarterback. It's so easy to break records nowadays for a quarterback in the NFL because they are so protective. So the ones that are paying the consequences of the quarterbacks being protected are the defensive line and the linebackers, which love to hit the quarterback, but now they have to be careful.
Well,
because they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They don't want to give their team, that extra, the opposite team an extra 15 yards because they hit them late.
Yeah.
So,
well, they do that now because of the money that they're spending on these quarterbacks. You know what I mean?
I understand, but he has taken a lot. He has taken a lot from the game. So you're paying this quarterback, right? 54, $100 million. Then you're paying a linebacker what, 20 something million. He can't do his job.
Yeah, and a lot of it is. And a lot of these calls is because is momentum, like they just broke that line to sack that QB, they're trying to avoid it, but momentum doesn't allow them not to touch them. They have to, they have no choice. It's almost like the kicker, flag on the on play on the kicker because momentum, he went to go block that punt return,
right?
And with momentum, he hit the kicker on accident, but they still flag it.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of crap, man.
DeVito has a question.
DeVito, where's DeVito? What we got? You think Tony would be a good quarterback?
I'm sure his boyfriend could probably answer that question.
Unfortunately, his boyfriend's not available. Yo, Tony will be a good towel guy.
Hey, I saw a question here about the WWF. I just saw.
I think it was Ruben.
Ruben, my brother, huh?
Yeah, Ruben. I think we have Ruben. Ruben, are you still on, buddy?
What's up, Ruben?
Let us know what's going on.
Hey, how about WWE? So WWE, I saw that The Rock came back.
He did?
Yeah, I was shocked.
Was he like 50?
Yeah, the dude's 52, I think, or something like that.
He's old, yeah.
Yeah, so
listen, I like the WWE. Remember when it used to be what was it? World Wrestling Federation.
Yeah,
that's
the
what it was, right? WWF. Yeah, that's when I started watching it. I used to like the Undertaker, the Big Show, Hulk Hogan,
the Warrior,
Ric Flair, the Warriors. ¿Cómo es que se llaman los hermanos estos que les llega así?
Jesse the Body Ventura. Oh, the Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers.
The Bushwhackers, yeah, they were pretty wild, bro. I used to love the WWF.
Maria, I like that one. Waterboy Tony.
Waterboy Tony.
Yeah.
So funny.
Maria's like, he could be my water boy. He could water my plants.
You would have to fight his boyfriend off his kung fu grip to get him.
Hey, you will have to make a better chicken soup than his boyfriend.
Oh my god. Yeah.
But no,
I hope he's feeling better, man.
Ruben, yesterday, yeah, man, freaking WWF used to be the thing. I'm not quite sure what's going on right nowadays with WWE. All I know is McMahon was getting sued or something, but
yeah, you're talking about Vince McMahon,
Vince
the owner.
McMahon, yeah.
Yeah,
the owner. Well, he's not the owner no more, right? Didn't he give up the rights to it?
Yeah, he I think he sold his share of the company, but again, he was forced to sell it because of everything that was going on. You know,
I know he got into a lot of trouble.
Yeah, a lot of hush money. You know what I mean? So
a lot of responsibility comes with all that power.
And I'm sure returning The Rock over to WWE had something to do with, not losing their clientele, their fan base. They were like, you know what, let's try to bring this guy back so we won't lose any fan base because of so and so, and all the allegations and the lawsuits. You know what I mean? So I'm sure it had something to do with it. But again, it is what it is.
But yeah, guys, I want you guys to participate with us on whatever questions or whatever subjects you guys want to talk about. Feel free to
Maria, she said, "Nah, he's too bald." Oh man,
yeah, Maria's great, man. I love Maria.
I don't know who is she.
Maria is one of Shayla's great friends. She's pretty good. She's actually from Bolivia. She's
Okay.
from Bolivia. What else we had? We have TikTok.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we're
The
forgetting
whole
about
TikTok,
TikTok.
the
Oh,
whole
the
TikTok
world favorite
controversy.
TikTok. I love TikTok.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed, man. Like I was telling you, offline, it's insane to me how they're so about being a country of democracy and
The
freedom and
United
freedom of
States you're talking about?
yeah, the US,
Okay.
about freedom of speech, but you're taking away an avenue for people to make money, for people to be
Yeah,
outspoken.
yeah. That has actually made millionaires. Yeah. Mhm.
Millionaires, not,
Millionaires.
not
Yeah,
only
young
that,
people.
I've learned how to do a few things on TikTok, believe it or not,
Oh,
man.
those hacks, bro. I love those hacks. The
So,
hacks.
for
Yeah.
them to try to take away, it's you're speaking or you're doing what you say you wouldn't do, and it's take away speech, freedom of speech,
Right.
So it's it just it's confusing to me, on this whole bill and what they're trying to do with TikTok. Now, let me tell you something. They say it's because of they're stealing information and whatnot. Listen, man, my information has been stolen. I don't know how many times. I'm still here, man. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you can go ahead and fix my credit after stealing it, by all means, man, please do it.
Please delete all my delinquent accounts.
Yeah, please do what you
Hey,
can
if
do to
you're
help.
listening,
Yeah,
delete them all.
yeah. Let's help each other out. If you stole my
I'll
information,
wash your hands, you wash mine.
Please
I'll
help
give you
me.
my boat.
yeah. So and
Mhm.
it goes against everything that they're saying because
Right.
Facebook still steals your information.
Yeah.
They're downloading all your information. Instagram, they got your Snapchat, they got your all these companies have your information, man.
Yeah.
So I think it's more like my wife said earlier. She said it's more of a power move than anything else.
I think at the end of the day, them canceling TikTok, it will just benefit Facebook, bro.
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you something. Facebook will probably buy them.
And Facebook is an American account.
Yeah, and they'll buy them. They'll be like, you know what? Okay, so
Yeah.
let's bring TikTok back because it made billions of dollars to God knows who. Why
Yeah.
can't I have? So it's a monopoly, man, and it's pretty much disgusting, man, really, because you're saying one thing and you're acting another way.
Right. Yeah.
Especially again, man, I'm all for people trying to make their lives, their livelihoods. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Give advice on TikTok. I've seen plenty of good stuff on there, man.
I
Educational,
have too. Yeah.
inspirational, exactly what we're talking about here. They do it on that platform.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so why would you try to take that away from people who are trying to find an avenue to get out there and speak freely, man? I
Yeah.
think it's just wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I can share many stories, the things that I learned on TikTok.
Let's do that for another day, but go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. I learned in TikTok how to check the oil on my engine.
And with that note, we're gonna go.
Oh my God.
Entonces, de las baterías que los van a cancelar. El único pato aquí eres tú.
Oh my God.
Oye,
Tony says,
¿sabe que tú
when
hablas
is
así?
the first episode going to air? My man, you're on the air.
Welcome to the party, homeboy.
You're not here.
Yeah.
El
Welcome to the
problema es
party.
que tú no estás aquí. That's the only thing. But
Oh my God, man. Yeah.
but
So
no, this is
that-
great, man.
yeah. So the whole TikTok thing, man. I think it's just wrong, man. And maybe we're misinformed. I don't know. Maybe they are doing. China is doing something that we really don't know about. But from what I've read and researched, I think it's a bunch of bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like you said something the other day. I think it was on Wednesday that we recorded. You talked about we just the normal people. Is that what you said? That you used the word? Was it normal people?
yeah,
Or
probably.
the normal citizen? We just play a role. We go to work. We live our lives, and that's it. We have basically we have no saying. It's always like up
Yeah.
there, the ones that have the power to
And-
control and
and-
do whatever they want.
And I hate to bring politics into this, but it's almost like when you're voting for the presidency, right?
Right.
they got the whole nation voting. But when it really comes down to it, man, it's down to the electoral votes. It's not really all 50 states. You know, they got designated states and designated areas that they count from, right? And make an electoral vote versus a whole democratic 50 state vote. You see where I'm going? You know, so in reality, are you really giving us that power to vote? But but AKA is controlled, you know. It's the same with anything else, man. So that's why when my wife talks about voting and all this political stuff, I just tell her, listen, let's just worry about our community, our county. You know, let's vote for who's going to be, you know, in charge of our educational funds,
your roads and all that stuff,
roads, infrastructure, all that stuff locally. You know what I mean? Not that I'm saying don't go vote, you know, I'm just saying for me, that's what I focus more on. Things that I know I really have somewhat of a control, and that's, you know, my community.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with
Tupac
you.
Tupac is in the Dominican Republic, bro.
He does. He lives. I told him yesterday. He was sitting in Amangu.
Oh my God.
Tupac's still alive. I wish he was alive. You know, that was some good rap, man.
He would get canceled.
Tupac was one of the greatest rappers. Him and Big Pun, Biggie, and Tupac.
I wasn't really big on the Big Pun, but
I like Big Pun, man. Big Pun was the shit. You know what though? And I'm sure Tony knows how. Biggest asshole there was Big Pun. Yo, el tipo era un abusador, bro. Supuestamente, don't quote me on this, but I saw a video, right? And I'm sure Tony knows about it because he's pretty big into Terror Squad and all those guys. There was a time, bro, donde Big Paul le dio un golpe, yo creo que con la escopeta, con el rifle a la mujer de él. It was all like recorded on security camera. So supuestamente era un abusador bien exagerado, you know what I'm saying? But
I wasn't really a big
but his music was pretty good. I think you think Tupac will be dressed up like those rappers are nowadays?
He will be canceled today. In today's society?
No, but I'm saying you think Tupac would have been dressed as those rappers nowadays are?
Negative.
You know, wearing all the
negative
tight ass pants and
negative. But that's what I'm saying. He'll get canceled, man, because he will be criticizing these jokers nowadays, man.
He pistol whip her.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he pistol whipped the heck out of her, man. I remember that video. I remember seeing it.
Yeah, that shit was fucked up, man.
Yeah, and the boy was so big. The boy was so big. He was trying to chase her to hit her some more, and he couldn't even get up them steps. That's how big he was too. Yeah, I remember that.
That's the PR in Elmer loving Big Pun. That's not. It's not even about you know, the island. It's the dude had like some good lyrics. See, this is the thing about like back in. This is the good thing about like the music back in the days. Like the music back in the days had some great lyrics. You know, it wasn't much about like rhyming. Nowadays, everything's like rhyming. They had a story to tell, whether it was like a life story or something that happened to you in the streets. It had a story, you know. So the music of Big Pun, it was so like the streets, you know. So we were running the streets back in the day, so we relate to that. So what do you think, Jose? What do you think?
I think we're having a little technical difficulty, man.
We're having a little technical difficulty. Can you hear me? But yeah, so I mean, it was great, man. Back in the days, it was some good music, good stuff. So we all loved it. Punk was the laziest. Well, yeah, of course, he weighed like 500 pounds. You know, he was a big dude. Yes, I was running the streets back in the days. I think everybody knows that. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us today on the podcast. Favorite Big Pun. So I see a lot of questions coming in.
I don't know anything about no Big Pun.
Boricua Morena. I mean, yeah, Boricua. I think that was the
Probably.
first one.
I don't
Oh
even
no,
know.
you know what? No, I'm lying. I don't want to be a player no more.
Oh, I remember that song. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think that I don't want
Yeah,
to be a player no
not
more.
bad.
That was one of my biggest songs. Um, and Tony, man, come on, man. Come on. You got some of that, bro.
Yeah,
You got some of that. You got some of that. It was good times, man.
yeah.
I think back in the 2000s, 1999, 2000s.
Yeah, yeah, it was around that time. Yeah.
Yeah, everything was fun, man. We had a lot of fun back in the days.
Yes, we did, man.
Yo,
It was
Tony, ¿tú te acuerdas la bebida que Edgar, rest in peace, we used to drink when we used to go to Cosmopolitan? Que
Bendito
le
Edgar, huh?
decíamos- Yeah, bro, he passed away. God
I
bless him.
know, man.
¿Cómo era que se llamaba? Yo, Jose, it was a mix of tequila,
Oh, the Three
Johnny
Kings.
Walker.
Three Kings.
No, this was some.
Yeah, it was.
But
It was.
a Vato Loco. We used to drink tequila, whiskey, and rum together, bro. I think it was.
Yeah, it was. It was
Like
all
a
one shot.
bro.
It was.
Oh,
It was the. It
God,
was
bro.
a. Well, people name it differently, but I know it was a Three Kings drink, and it's you had Jameson, Johnny, and Jack Daniels. That's
it
one of
was
them.
bad, bro.
Yeah.
We used to have those shots. Remember Cosmopolitan in Pawtucket?
Yeah, man. That place was crazy.
Yo, nosotros nos metíamos ahí. You remember Satana?
No.
You don't remember Satana, the drink Satana? No,
Nah,
remember the time you were climbing up the walls?
I'm not all about. I don't know about that brujeria stuff, man. But
No,
oh
it was
my
a
God.
drink que me trajeron de Guatemala.
I'm sure it
and
was
you
from
had it.
somewhere. Yeah,
And this dude was
maybe,
like climbing walls, bro.
Maybe it was a good idea. I don't remember that.
Because sometimes some things are good to remember.
Yeah,
Some
that's
things
just-
are not good to remember. Like,
yeah. I don't remember that. Though,
yeah, El Piojito. Yeah, he used to call me El Piojito because he was like the biggest watermelon you ever meet.
yeah. That's so funny.
But it was some good times, man. It
Yeah,
was some good
absolutely.
times. But anyways, thank you guys for joining us today. We appreciate the time that you have spent with us. Next week we will talk on different subjects. You guys have our link in YouTube and our Facebook page. You guys can send any questions or any subjects that you guys think that we can talk about. You guys can reach us there. Let us know what's on your mind.
Be a man mafia.
Like I say, this podcast was created with the idea to share some good times, some entertainment, some information, talk about sports, politics, religion, and everything else. One of the things
Tony's
that
boyfriend.
I told Tony's boyfriend making him chicken noodle soup when he's sick with a cold. So the idea of this podcast is to make it live, so there's no like uncut, there's no editing. What we said is what we feel, and and we also want you guys to participate with us and be part of the show. The idea of this show is, like I said on the beginning, is just to bring friends together,
Open forum.
and like an open forum. What was the word that Tony used? Generic?
Was it kosher? Organic.
No.
Organic. Or it was
Organic.
It was
We want to be
organic.
as organic as possible.
Of course, he will come
So
up with
we
a word
just-
like that. And mind you, he's not the educated friend in our group.
He's not, but he came out with the word organic.
Yeah, he just
So
came out.
basically,
He whittled it in his mind, and it just came out. Organic. It's organic, guys.
probably was
Wait a
like,
minute.
"What's the smartest
Yeah.
word I can get? What's the smartest word I can get?"
Wait a minute, guys.
Yeah, so-
Organic.
We want to bring you guys into kind of like our world of friendship, and make you guys part of it. If you guys have any suggestions, you guys can email us, or you guys can link us on you guys can link on Facebook, on YouTube and Facebook. We appreciate your support. We appreciate the time that you guys spent with us. I had a lot of fun. I'm sure my friend Mr. Diaz had a lot of fun
It's always fun.
too. And I mean, we could literally stay here for hours and talk about
Yeah.
like life and things that happen to us. But we know that you guys probably have better things to do.
Yeah.
And I know probably
The night
Mr.
is still
D has
young.
to go to bed because he's past his curfew. The wife's
past
about to
it.
pick him up by
Hey
the neck.
man,
and be
I'm
like,
a
"Hey, you
I'm a
gotta come
night
to bed."
yeah, I'm a night owl, man. So I'm up all
What are
night.
you
really.
saying? We could give him another half hour?
We could do another half hour if you want, man. That's really on you, man. I mean, that's
I'm down, man. I
we
got
can
another half
keep this
hour
going.
of like a few over here.
Since Tony got a bedtime, that's why.
Yeah.
I like
Tony's
this
boy-
Maria character. She's
Yeah,
funny.
Tony's boyfriend is like, "Hey, come on, baby, you gotta come to bed. Come to dad. I
Hey,
will
and-
not
and
let you hang around."
And
I
by
would
all
not-
means, man, listen, I'm not mocking anything on the LGBTQ community. I've always been a great supporter of it.
Nigga, I
you
knew
know?
you was gay.
But it's just we're still trying to accept the fact that Tony has opened those doors in his life to us. That's why we
We still take him like he is.
yeah. That's why when someone asks what is a good quality in friendship, and I said empathy, that is me empathizing towards Tony's outcoming, right? So we've accepted it and we enjoy it. We love him. I'm just waiting on him to present us his.
Tony got some cheerleaders in there, bro.
Yeah, he got a lot of cheerleaders.
He got a lot of cheerleaders. Yeah, I guess being gay is not bad after all.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
But listen, guys, this is what guys do when they're in a group, man. So don't judge us, okay? We're out here to have fun. You guys got to hear. So a couple nights on Wednesday, we did just like a group of guys. We did a show and it was private, a test, and it was hilarious. We make fun of each other. We crack jokes. I get all those short jokes because obviously I'm short. So everything that is said here is nothing is personal. It's all for fun. So we try to crack on each other. So we crack on each other. So none of us has like soft feelings. We all have like
thick skin,
alligators.
We got that thick skin, man. Yeah.
So I know Tony ain't gonna be offended because we believe he's gay, but it's all for fun, though.
Oh my god! So what do you got planned? So what do you got planned for after the show? What's gonna happen after this? What do you got planned?
What do I got planned?
Yeah.
I hope I have enough doers left. I'm going to bed. I got to work in the morning.
Oh, really?
What do you got planned?
Well, Steph has she wanted to go out. She made these plans to go out or whatever. So
I'll be there.
Yep. So I'll wait for you for another 3 hours.
Yeah, wait for me. I'll fly over there right now.
So she went out today. I guess she's pre-gaming. She bought some Bacardi and some pineapple juice and God knows what else. So I'm using the bathroom, right? She knocks on the she knocks the door.
Yeah.
And I was like,
you better go take a shower after this.
Yeah. I was like, hey, she's like, open the door. I was like, I'm dropping a deuce, man. Like, you know what I mean? I can't just open the door. She's like, open it. I was like, okay. So she goes ahead and gives me this drink with a huge ass straw. And I'm sipping on this thing. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, dude, that is loaded.
Pure Bacardi.
Yo, it was like that much pineapple juice and that much Bacardi, bro.
All right, I'm gonna let you in on a secret, right? When a wife does that, she's trying to get booty, bro.
Absolutely. If she can stay awake. then
You're trying to get booty.
then it just becomes, narcoleptic something. I don't know what. She passes out, man.
She's like, I'm gonna get my man drunk tonight.
Yeah,
He's gonna
right.
give me something.
And then snoring.
She'll be the first one that passes out, right?
Oh my god, first one, bro. First one. We
So
got
we
this
got
guy at
Tony's
work.
Revenge, episode 2. Yo, Tony's
Yeah.
gonna read a book about like how to deal with masculine men.
He's gonna download an audio book on Amazon. I'm
How
not
to
gonna
deal
read.
with
I'm gonna
real
listen
men.
to this shit. Listen to it.
Yo, you'll be surprised.
Man.
I'm kind of shocked. Tony has a lot of supporters over here. Oh my god, a day with a dude from that time.
I pimped him out for some.
Hold on one second.
What's this, man?
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you get
And for
tickets to go to Aventura?
I can understand Bad Bunny, but Aventura, bro.
Aventura.
Damn.
No, you didn't. All right.
That's a pretty low standard there, man, Mr. Elmer. That's low standard. Aventura,
that's
bro.
That's low,
versus
man. For real.
Damn.
I'm not even gonna spend no time on that one.
No. We're not moving on to the next question. I need to know what's this about. I need to know. I need to hold on. Time out.
Go ahead.
I need to know why would you stoop so low to get some tickets for some Aventura, bro, when you could have probably bought them things at a CVS for like. How that? What the hell, man?
Oh, Jesus, for real, bro. So this is the thing, right? They were trying to get some Aventura tickets, and they put me up. Since I'm a bachelor now, they put me up for like a bid, right? And nobody bid, so they didn't get no tickets. So we have over here this girl talking about like I had a date with a dude that Tony Pepperoni put me out with a date with. And I said to that was like, did you get any tickets? No, you didn't. All right, so there was nothing, man. Like, what the hell? These people are crazy, man.
Well, I'll be honest, man, because they're saying that Aventura tickets were expensive. So maybe you did have to take one for the team, man. I mean, I don't know. I haven't listened to Aventura
I didn't. I mean, they're not even.
They weren't as popular as they were.
Listen, last time I checked, I got a Family Dollar app, right? The one that you get a discount after you spend $25. Yeah, Aventura was there.
Family Dollar app.
Yeah, you spend $25 instead of $5 off. You get 2 Aventura tickets. So there you go, Tony and Maria. You guys can go get tickets at Family Dollar.
You buy 2 bags of onion rings and a Pepsi, and you get 2 Aventura tickets.
Yo, the spring water is more expensive than the Aventura tickets, bro.
God damn.
Yo.
She said, yeah, somebody said that their Aventura tickets are expensive. I don't know. I don't really go to concerts.
Aventura is sold out. They are very popular. I don't even know what world. Probably Mars, but not here.
I don't know, man. I mean, I can understand. I heard them Bad Bunny tickets were like, for nosebleeds, they were like $1,200. Yeah. So I don't. Five Below, grab 2. I grabbed 2 at Five Below.
Yeah, I'm about to go to Five Below. I'm gonna stand in the door of a Family Dollar and sell them.
She said Five Below
for $25.
Oh my God, dude.
Come on, you know how I felt about Bunny, dude.
Yeah, Bad Bunny. Yeah, Bad Bunny. Let me tell you
hell yeah, we listen in Nas.
Let me tell you something about Bad Bunny's marketing, right? Bad Bunny's marketing. He was down here maybe, I don't know, a couple years ago.
Florida?
Yeah, in Orlando. He was gonna
All right.
perform at the Amway. So
Yeah.
before, like I would say maybe 3 days before the concert, big old truck out there, bro. Like his RV, his traveling RV or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
with
Yeah.
the whole Bad Bunny gimmick or whatever. This guy was handing out free limbe, bro. You know the little icy cups
Yeah. Yeah. Limbe, man.
with
Limbe's a shit.
with his social media stuff on the cups. Over 1,000, bro. He was just giving them things out. So he has a great, marketing team,
He
man.
does. He does. He does. I mean, all these young kids, man, they follow him. You know what I'm saying? He does have some catchy songs and beats
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Does the guy has a great lyric? No,
Hey,
he
leave
doesn't.
Taylor Swift alone, bro. Leave Taylor Swift alone. Hey, you know the guy who said, hey, what would you advise a 30-year-old turning 30?
Manolo.
Yeah, Manolo, pick up some Taylor Swift. That would actually ease your mind.
Was that gonna get him late?
No, it'll ease your mind. It was
Yeah,
just,
ease your mind. Yo,
soft
I don't
music.
think I ever heard of Taylor Swift song.
I'm sure
Okay.
you have. You just don't know the name of them.
Who can
I
tell
don't-
me a Taylor Swift song that's famous that
I don't know the
that you
names
guys
of them.
think I heard before?
But I know that every time I hear something that's catchy, and I'm like, oh, I kind of like this. My wife says, yeah, that's Taylor Swift. I was
Really?
like, oh, I guess I like Taylor Swift now.
Hmm.
So there's that. You know what I mean? So,
I guess. Yeah, we lost another one, guys. We lost another one. Shit, we're not about the only
she
guy
said a
left
guy
in
listening
this.
to red. It's a big. It's not a big red flag, man.
No,
The
there
Rock-
goes Manolo back on it.
the
He
rock.
said,
The rock. I need some Swift in my life.
yeah. So, what song do you recommend about Taylor Swift, bro?
I have no idea, man. I don't even know.
Bro,
the
you
name
just
of the-
recommended this guy a Taylor Swift song.
Yeah, I said listen to it because every now and then I will listen to something on the radio that catches I'm like, oh shit, I'm bobbing to this. I'm gigging it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then my wife says, yeah, that's Taylor Swift. I was like, I guess I'm a Swiftie now. Whatever. You know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
she said. She said it's a big red flag. Damn. Boy, we got a lot of pepperoni Tony fans out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do. We have a lot of fans. I guess being fat and bald is a good thing nowadays.
Hey, who you calling fat, man?
I ain't calling you fat, bro.
Who you calling fat?
I was calling Tony fat. Shit, I guess I got to put up some weight, man. Apparently, being bald and chunky is a good thing nowadays.
Yeah, I'm bald because it was.
I'm bald by
it was time.
choice.
It was. No, not me. Mine's I was.
I'm bald
losing
by
it.
choice.
You want to hear the story of the first time I shaved it all off?
What happened?
So it was actually down here in Kissimmee. So I was with everybody downstairs watching TV, and I was like, you know what? I told Steph, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go take a shower. I'll be back. I had hair, right? So I'm in the shower and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking knock this thing off, man. So I
Were you looking like Ruben though?
No. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, I tell him, I'm like, hey,
shave
man,
your head, Ruben.
take it off, bro. It's time.
Yeah.
But so I'm shaving my head, bro, right? So I shaved it, and the thing was that I had the tan line, so wherever the hair was, it was like white. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was like white up here, and then everything was dark over here. Because it wasn't matching. Because obviously the sun was hitting it, and it made an outline of where where I had hair. So I go ahead and go downstairs. Everybody's just looking at me like, what the hell? And then
That's pretty
Stephanie's
much what I got.
yeah, and Stephanie's like, are you okay? I was like,
Midlife crisis.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I'm fine, man. You know what I mean? But it was so awkward for everybody. Everybody was like, dude, what is going on, bro? Like, why did you?
I personally, so I still have hair left, right? The only problem with me is like over here, you know what I'm saying? El remolino
the yarmulke.
Yeah. It's thin. I have curly hair, and when I let it grow, it doesn't look attractive no more because you see, especially if you take a picture, oh my God, damn, se ve ridículo. So I decided to shave it. Um, the the positive thing I got about this was that it looks good. So I guess I have like the shape of my head is nice and round. You know what I'm saying? So it looks good. So I have gotten a lot of positive
It's
feed
called big.
of me being bald.
Big head.
It's called what?
It's called having a big head.
It's called what? Yeah, well, that's what they say. You know, I can't prove that.
Oh, yo,
I'll leave it up to them.
Tony got fans out here, man. Yeah, Tony got to be up there next week.
He does. He really does. He does. I guess Manolo's gonna go bald. Yo, Manolo, I want to see a picture of you next week when you come into our podcast. I want to see you bald. I know what you be rocking. I know what you rock for hair. So I guess I'll look forward to see you bald, man. I guess bald is the new shit.
I guess, man. You know,
But
I've been
but
rocking
yeah.
this style
So
for many years.
yeah. So, anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you, Jose, about on a serious note, I think we done a little bit of clowning around and stuff like that. But one of the things that I wanted to talk to you about was your career, and you are originally from New England, correct?
Yeah, born and
Where were
raised
you
in.
born?
I was born in Boston, raised in
Boston.
Dorchester. Yeah.
Was you born? Okay,
Yep.
Dorchester. Okay, that's okay. I know Dorchester. Now, you lived here up until when?
I moved to Rhode Island at a young age. I want to say maybe 10 or 11, but we used to go back and forth from where my dad's house and my mom's to back to Boston to my grandmother's house. So I was kind of like back and forth, being raised here and there. So,
Okay.
but eventually I ended up staying and going to high school in Central Falls, Rhode Island. And, from
Okay,
there
yeah,
on,
Central
that's
Florida.
when I actually met you guys later on.
Right.
After we settled in Rhode Island. Mhm.
Yeah. So you pretty much lived here until what? Until like your mid 20s, I want to say, right?
Yeah, I
Or
moved out of.
mid or early 30s, maybe.
I was about 28 years old when I left Rhode Island to come to
28 years
Florida.
old.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Now, being from New England, you always hear about people thinking about getting away from the cold.
Hmm.
A lot of people, most of the people that would like to live New England, they're always looking for places out south.
Yeah.
And you have been one of the few people that I know that has actually moved south and actually were able to build a life in the
Hmm.
south, whether it's
Yeah.
Florida or Texas, Alabama, or anywhere
Hmm.
in the south, like a warmer weather.
Yeah.
But I also seen a lot of people that have made the same move you did, you and your family did, and had to come back within a
Hmm.
year or 2 years because they were not successful
Hmm.
on their on them moving. So I would like to take your time and tell us a little bit about your experience, from career wise, lifestyle, and family. How did they adjust to the Florida weather, the environment, and all that stuff like that?
Hmm.
And the decision of you moving to Florida didn't became a failure, but instead you guys succeeded over there. I
Hmm.
know your wife is a professional over there.
Hmm.
You have you are a professional. You
Hmm.
both have a career.
Hmm.
So instead of like coming back within a year or two, when you guys move out of the state of Rhode Island,
Hmm.
you guys made Florida your home,
Yeah.
and you guys live quite comfortable over there now.
Hmm.
So maybe you can tell the people that are listening what are the steps you took,
Hmm.
how hard it was to adjust, how hard it was to make the decision, and how do you guys become successful with your decision. Because I believe that how you know you made the right decision is by how successful you become.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if you make a decision and in the future you are struggling, then you made the wrong decision. But if you make a decision and you are on top of the world, then
Mhm.
you know for a fact
Mhm.
that you made the right decision.
Yeah.
I know you guys are doing quite well.
Mhm.
You know, you and Steph
Mhm.
as a marriage and the kids. So I know you guys made the right decision. So I want you guys to fill in. I would like for you to fill in how what did you do, what it took, and what was the feeling that you guys got while you guys
Well,
were going through that process.
it took a lot of convincing at first, to even have Steph be on board with the decision. You know, she at first she was a little hesitant, but um, as the head of the household and the provider, um, I explained to her, you know, or talked with her about the game plan and what was going to happen and why we should move and try something new. Um, she agreed, and I started doing my research on relocating. I saw an opportunity to be down here uh, through a family friend, and the the opportunities was still available for me to pursue it. So I came down here and looked around the area and saw where I would potentially move to. Um, as far as work and stuff like that, I did not want to come down here unless I had something lined up as far as work. So what I did was uh, the behavioral hospital that I used to work for in Attleboro, they had an opportunity over here with a sister hospital. So I applied almost as like a transfer. So once I had that in place, I decided, okay, here we go. It's time. Or that step is done. What's the next one? It's where I'm going to live. Spoke to the person that I was going to move in with. Me first. So I can establish financial security. For the family. Once I established that, then I got the rest of the family to move down.
Okay.
To answer somebody's question here, they said it I think it was it difficult moving to a
Was
new
it
state?
difficult
It
to
was
move to a new state?
very difficult. It
Yeah.
was yeah,
And
absolutely. It was very difficult. One I got thankfully I got rid of a lot of stuff that I didn't need as far as baggage, with like everything I had in the apartment, I turned into money. So I either sold it or gave it away. I took what was important, so I won't have to have so much and pretty much rebuild from there, right? Um,
okay.
with that game plan, um, you start crossing off. Okay, I got this, I got that. What's next? You know, what was next was having Steph enroll in school and finish her schooling for her career, right?
Mhm.
Um, Up north in New England, she was in school for nursing. When she came down here, she saw an opportunity that was similar, but actually a lot, I would say a lot better.
Okay.
So she went into the respiratory program. And once she was
Wow.
done with that, yeah, she completed that program. I had to pick up a second job so that way, things can flow financially and everything was paid off or whatever it was. Um,
Mhm.
so once she graduated and all that, everything started falling into place. Then I transferred my out of state New England certifications as a law enforcement officer to move down here, to transfer everything over here. And then I can
Mhm.
start, building what I left over there, which was my law enforcement career, because
Okay.
everything over here is money,
Right. Right. Right.
certifications, school, you name it, it's money. So again, it all came down to researching and game planning what you wanted to do or what I wanted to do in this case, and it all worked out and it all fell into place. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's all about planning, right?
You have to
You have
plan.
to
A,
plan.
a lot of people that come down here, it's because either they had family that said, "Oh yeah, come on down, come on down, we'll help you out." But then at the end of the day, it's like Tony said in a previous conversation, after like 3 days, the body starts to stink.
Yeah.
You
That's why
overstayed.
you should never stay in someone's home.
You overstayed your welcome.
You overstay your welcome.
Yeah, you got to move on.
Yeah.
So that kind of happened to me, not in a bad way, but it was almost a similar situation
But
that I had
it
to.
happens. You can't.
Yeah,
You can't.
but I didn't give up.
avoid it.
I didn't give up. I maintained course. You know what I mean? And obviously I'm still here. But a lot of people will come down without game planning. They don't research. They don't know where they're gonna live. They just blindly go, and when they get there, like, shit, I should have just stayed in La Broa. I should have stayed in La Broa, bro. You know what I mean? Next to the chimney trucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm good. So, and then you have people that just don't have that in mind to say, what am I gonna do career wise? If you have a career and you're willing to relocate, research what the money is, what the what your finances would be compared to where you're coming from. That's all it is.
Right. Yeah. So, what do you think? How long did it took you to readjust from before you started feeling like homesick? And homesick meaning the state.
Okay, but before we go there, I just saw a question here. It says, "How do you kick someone out of your house that you let stay but overstayed? Can't take a hint." Oh wow. Oh, I don't know if you're going through that situation now, man. Woo. I'll just be like, hey, start giving them the electric bill. Start giving them the electric bill. That
giving them responsibilities.
Yeah. Once they start seeing the responsibility, it's like maybe I should get out of here. My readjustment was okay. It wasn't that hard. I just learned how to adapt.
It's not violence, Angelica. It's not violence. Violence is never good. If you need violence, then call your dad and your uncles.
Yeah. The readjustment for me wasn't hard. It was I just learned how to adapt quicker. And I had to, because in my household I couldn't have everybody homesick, because if I had everybody homesick, I would have went back. If I would have been homesick, she's homesick, the kids are homesick. So there had to be common ground and different ways of thinking. So what I did was I just had them do a lot of outings. Whenever they got a chance to go out and do things at the beach or at Disney or something like that, whenever the opportunity was there, I let them go ahead and do it. So that way they can get acclimated with different friends or different people they met or whatever. You know what I mean? For me, I was on a grind. I was more, let me get to work. So I really didn't have time to think about what I left behind.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? It was more or less of, I got to go to work. I got to, make sure my family's okay and move on. Not to say that I didn't miss anybody, because I did. I missed you guys a whole lot. And my family, they're all back in Boston and Rhode Island. So, it was just a different type of readjustment for me.
Yeah. I think it becomes more to kind of keep the, like you were doing, keep the mind busy.
Yeah.
Because the mind's so powerful, right? If you ever want to forget something or someone, you have short-term memory and a good health. Yes. So what I mean by that is that you forget things real quick and you keep active.
Yes.
That's how you move on from everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So that doesn't give absolutely nothing the space or the time to forget something or to forget someone.
Yeah.
Because you're on to doing to building what you want to build. And
thank you, Miss Maria.
In your case was just building something. What do we got over here? Mr. Diaz sounds like a great man. God bless. Yes. Yeah. It's all right.
I
He's
try
all
to
right.
stay as humble as I can, man.
He's all
And,
right. He's
and
my
you
boy.
And you don't have to give me no donuts for it, so I'm good.
Yeah, he's a cop. He's a cop that don't eat donuts. What kind of cop is that?
Yeah, I mean it's hard for anybody that's trying to relocate, whether it's here to Florida or any. Just do your research, man. Just research everything. Where you're gonna get yourself into.
Yeah.
It's definitely a difficult move, but it's not a hard move. Anything is possible with homework. You do your research and your homework.
Hmm.
Anything is possible, man. And let me tell you, if you've been in New England this whole time, I tell everybody, man, if there's an opportunity for you to relocate somewhere for your betterment, for your health, for your family, do it.
Right.
Do it. Trust me. It gives you a different way of thinking, you see? And it gives you a way to do things the way you always wanted to do them. You just didn't know how to. It forces you to become a person that you've wanted to be, but didn't know how to be, right?
Mm.
It just takes you to a whole different level. The struggle is real, no matter where you're gonna go. It's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you give yourself some breathing room with setting yourself up, with a job or transfer a career over, if you give yourself that breathing room, it makes it easier to do. If you just come down here with no job and expect to find something fast, it could be a long road, right?
Hmm.
But I would say before you move anywhere, California, New Mexico, wherever, try to set up job interviews, switch your career over, transfer it over, do that first, and then start moving on. Because people say, "Oh, it's not all about money." I always say it is about money.
It is about money. Yeah.
When it comes down to brass taxes, bro. You have to have an income to survive anywhere you go.
Right.
You have to, unless you're set up with a trust fund somewhere. Then so be it. You do what you need to do. In our case, average citizen, you know, we have to think things through before any move.
Yeah. Hmm. Yeah. No. I mean, I agree with that 100%. Planning is everything, man. Planning
Yeah,
is
actually,
everything.
I
So
don't live in Florida. Oh, I don't know who's that. I don't
what's
know.
that supposed to mean?
Yeah, I don't know why she
I
said that.
don't know. Yeah. Random. But yeah, no, it's been great, man. This has been a great conversation. Hopefully, that
Yeah.
Bacardi is doing some losing you up a little.
Oh,
But yeah, guys, este es tu programa Entre Amigos Podcast. Thank you, guys. We appreciate the time that you guys have spent with us here. It's definitely been fun. Um, we have um, we have our friends and groupies now.
yeah, everybody's chiming in and commenting.
Everybody's
It's
chiming
so
in. Yeah.
funny. But let me tell you, I appreciate it because it keeps conversation. You know what I mean?
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. It keeps. I was just reading what they're saying, but anyways, yeah, no, man, Jose. I mean, like I said, man. I think one of the success stories from my friends, you have been one of the greatest success stories that I can talk about because making changes are not easy.
Mm-mm.
They're always hard. You always, and I think that most of the time when we think about changes, the first thing that comes to our mind are the negative things.
Yeah,
Oh, but what if I fail? Well, how about if
you
I
are.
find myself homeless? How about if
You
this? How about
might.
if I can't get a job? So
Maybe.
you want to make those changes, but you're afraid to make those changes because you are uncertain of what's going to happen. And it's all about like living life on the edge. You take the dive,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
whether I'm going to make it or not, I'm still
Mm-hmm.
going to do it.
Yeah.
And as you say in the beginning of this conversation, if you have a plan and if you have everything situated, most likely you will be successful.
Mhm.
Or not most likely, you will be
You
successful.
will be. Yeah,
Right,
absolutely.
because you wrote a book about what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
So for anyone that's planning to
Don't
move,
be afraid to do it. Just,
don't
do
be
it.
afraid. Just make sure you play your cards right by
Planning and research.
doing your research, having a plan. See, one of the things that I learned that blows my mind every single day is that when a captain, right, gets on a ship, he knows his destination.
Mhm.
So when a captain gets on a ship and takes off from the port, no matter what kind of storm comes at him, he's going to get through the storm. But
Absolutely.
how does he get through the storm? Because he knows where he's going.
Yeah, he
He knows the
navigates right through it.
destination. He knows how to navigate.
Mhm.
So if you put someone in the ocean that doesn't know how to navigate, he might not even leave the port
Yeah,
and still find a whole bunch of storms
exactly.
and get nowhere. So the whole point about this is that if you get on a ship, make sure you know your destination. Make sure you know how to navigate, and you will definitely get to the other side. You
Mhm.
do that, you're 100% going to be successful in every cruise you take.
She said, "What about the Titanic? Don't go in the
Oh,
winter."
the Titanic. What can I say about the
Don't
Titanic?
go in the winter,
Hey,
man.
let the woman and the kid drown.
Oh my god.
Save yourself. Hey, two people fit in a fence, in a
Yeah,
piece of wood,
you read in a book
That's just
about
fine.
Captain.
You got Leonardo DiCaprio right there, yo. There's no space for two people, and she's like laying comfortable, and they be like, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you." Meanwhile, he's like, se está frizando.
No, but you know what? She brings a good point here. She says, "So you're saying the captain on the Titanic didn't know how to navigate?" No, it was
No,
just an obstacle that presented itself, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it. We already know the story to that one, but
Who asked that question?
I don't know. Maybe we chose the wrong analogy here, pal. Maybe we
No,
chose.
that is the right analogy, because if you know, let's see, this is eso es como un impedimento que se presentó en el medio. Eso era el destino que estaba
Yeah.
supuesto a pasar. Now a lot of people could have been saved. Maybe more people would have been saved if they would have made, if two people wouldn't gotten on that wooden board instead of just one woman.
Oh, there was space for
But
her. She was just
no,
being
I
greedy,
mean,
man. There was
yeah, he
space for
was just like,
Leonardo
"Oh, I'm
DiCaprio to
gonna
lay
miss you."
down,
He
bro.
was being he was
She was,
being dramatic and be like, "Oh, baby,
yeah, she was like, I don't know if we both fit on this thing.
can I get the necklace you have on?" No, you just gotta navigate. You have to in life. You have to learn how to navigate your ship.
Yeah. There's
I
definitely.
personally say, right, that I personally say that the life is like an ocean, right? The ocean has very it has some big waves, dangerous waves that could kill you,
Mhm,
but it also has passive waves that are beautiful that you can enjoy.
mhm,
Now, you can get through the violent waves that the ocean creates, and you can get through the beautiful waves, but you have to learn how to swim through it. When a big wave comes, what do? You get underneath and you come out
mhm,
on the other side. The problem
mhm.
here, and if we were to compare this to life, is that we don't know. A big wave
Mhm.
comes us y boom, nos tiramos encima. Thinking we're
Yeah,
going to get through the other side. No, you're not supposed to tirarte encima. You're supposed to get underneath
yeah,
and come out of the other side. So
yeah.
the main problem through life is that we don't know how to deal with the issues. We don't know how to deal with the
Mhm.
problem.
Yeah.
But if we take our times to learn how to navigate to the problems,
Mhm.
we will come out of the other side still being alive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Absolutely.
know, life
I mean,
is full of
I've
problems. Life
faced,
is full of issues. You just got to learn how to navigate through life, man.
man, I've faced a lot of
And they don't teach us that.
difficult situations, man. Being down here when I first moved down here, you know, I financially, you know what I mean, emotionally, but we, Steph and I learned how to get through all that, And here we are, man. 14 years later, still living here. Again, it wasn't easy. I'm not gonna say it was easy. I'm not gonna sit here and tell people, "Oh yeah, come on down." You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? But you see, this is my point. Like learning how to navigate through life will get you very far.
Oh, underneath, okay, she says.
Yeah, you got to get it under all.
She's funny.
No, yeah, she's a trip.
Yeah.
She's a trip. But you know what I'm saying? That's the problem, that no one teaches you that you have to learn how to navigate life or
Mhm.
through life. You know, if you learn how to do that, your life will be a lot easier
Mhm.
because you will make better choices
Mhm.
or better decisions. You
Yeah.
know, and you wouldn't take you would not be afraid of anything that comes at you anymore. You
Yeah.
know, you will confront things just the way they are instead of like complaining and
Mhm.
whining
That's not
and
gonna
asking
help.
yourself why things happen to you. So
She says she's much funnier than Elmer.
Maria, I think we're gonna have you on next time. You and Shayla are gonna be
That's
on next
so
time. You
funny,
guys can
man.
take over the show.
Shayla, it's good to hear from you. Miss you, girl. Proud of you. Proud of everything you've done out there. With your family. I see the little postings on Facebook. With your kids. You know, she's growing up, man.
My baby, that's my
Yeah,
baby.
man. That's awesome, man. That's
Baby.
awesome.
That's
Yeah,
my little one.
yeah, yeah. It's funny how you remember all these, like Nana, my daughter. They were
Yeah, that
all
was the
the.
same age, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, no, I think Shayla's like
Shayla's 26.
yeah, okay, so Nana's 24.
24. Okay.
Yeah, she's 24. 23 or 24. Yeah, no, she's gonna be 24, sorry.
Mm.
So it's crazy seeing how these, our kids have grown up, man,
Yeah.
and become beautiful, responsible young ladies, man. Because I think all of us had girls first.
Yeah, we all had girls. Hey, you guys remember you guys used to make fun of me for driving a minivan with a bunch of kids? And then all of you guys had kids after me, bro.
Still no minivan, homie. I'm not giving up.
I love
I'm not giving.
minivans.
I'm
Minivans are
sure
the
you
shit,
do.
bro.
Yeah, I'm not. No, not yet. Not yet.
Minivans are the shit. I love minivans. But yeah, now we all had girls first. We
Yeah,
all
that's
had girls
crazy, isn't
first.
it?
The boy
All
didn't come after.
Yeah, my second was Diggy was the
Mm.
boy, and he's been he's been, man, probably the best son I've ever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the
good.
only one.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. you know, well, he's a good kid because
Yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah.
there's some boys out there, man, that we they've tried to raise them right and they just go left, man. When you want them to go right.
Yeah. No matter what you do, you're
Yeah, man.
yeah. Nah, I
He's
was never a soccer mom. I was a soccer dad, bro.
He had the minivan, but it was a sports edition, so it
I
makes
was
him a
the
dad.
sports edition, bro.
Yeah, it was a sports edition minivan.
Yeah.
Let's get it
Hey,
right.
let me get something straight. Women were digging my van.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I want to be on that van.
Yeah. It was racing standard minivan, pal.
My shit had rims, bro.
It wasn't the base model Chrysler minivan, brother.
My shit had rims and spoilers and everything, bro. Women want to be in my minivan.
Oh my god. But it's
been
good
great,
to see
man.
it's good to see our kids, either getting on a career path or doing good still in school. Like my son, he's still in school.
Yeah.
He graduates next year, but yeah, it's awesome. And then I got the little one, the 5-year-old. She's running around somewhere. You saw her earlier. She just busted in.
Yeah, she just came in.
Yeah,
Like,
no care in the world, man.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm live. I'm live. Get out of here, man.
No, I
And
mean,
she's still-
it's been a great experience, man. And I think one of the things that I love the most about getting old now is watching our grandkids, man. I think every time I go to my daughter's house, whether it's Shayla's or Lise, there's two little girls, Layla and Olivia.
Mhm.
You know, the first thing they do is they run to the door. They're like, "Pa, pa, 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 pa," which means, you know,
Look,
grandfather.
look,
You know?
look, Papa, I'm taller than you now.
Hey, grandpa, you want to share car seats? Oh no, that'll be my son. Yo, my son's a trip, man.
Yeah.
Daniel, he's a
Yeah.
trip.
How old
He's
is
a
he now?
trip.
How
He's
old is he now?
5,
He's
bro.
5, right? He just
He's
did he?
5, but this
He's gonna
kid
be.
he be making fun of me, bro.
Is he a year older than? I think he's a year older than Nana, right? I mean, than Nani.
The
My.
nanny, yeah, I think so. Yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
gonna be 6 in June.
Mm-hmm.
He Yo, he makes fun of me. He's like, I'm gonna be taller than you. I'm like, yeah. So I play it off. I'm like, yeah, you're supposed to be taller than me and stronger than me. He's like, oh, you're getting old, you're shrinking. I'm like,
Even my
yeah, I
son is
know I'm
making fun of me.
shrinking.
God damn it!
But I guess
Why, God? Why?
we have
Oh,
DeVito has a question.
what are some parenting
That's a good
advice you
one.
have? That's it. That's a good one.
There you go. Coming from a good dad. What's up?
Parenting
Good.
advice. I think patience is overrated because you will always lose your patience, whether big or small. No matter how old they get, you still got to give them the advice and be patient with them because they'll make decisions that will just drive you up the wall, right? But I would say um, understanding, being understanding to their individuality as individuals, right? Because the girl will have a different personality from the boy and the boy from the girl. You know,
Mhm.
um, one might be funnier than the other. It doesn't mean that you love them more than one or the other. It's just you have to understand their abilities and their qualities and what they have to offer to you to make you become a parent, right? So, you know, one might be more introvert than the other one. Why is that child more introvert, right? Why is she so to herself than this one? This one's more outgoing, this one's more out there. So we need to understand the differences in our kids. And once we understand that, then we become better parents because we know how to manage those personalities, right?
Mhm.
I don't know if that, makes any sense to anybody out there that has more than one, right? So
Yeah.
understanding personalities.
It's true though, because if you're a parent that has 3 4 kids, each one has different
Yeah.
personalities, and it is your job to adjust to their
Yes.
personality.
Yes.
So basically, you're not going to treat Juanita like Carla
Yes.
be in her, so it's all different. So as
Mm-hmm.
a parent, is your job to adjust. One of them, you probably can be tough.
Yes.
You can be tough on them, and the other one, you probably have to be very sensitive to them, because
Yes.
everything you say might hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one could take anything that you will
Mm-hmm.
give them. So parenting, it's a big
Yeah.
responsibility,
Yes.
and it's a big job. I think it's like the biggest job, the biggest responsibility you could have,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
especially when you have multiple kids.
Yes.
So adjust to their personality,
Mm-hmm.
and you will be a great parent.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
It.
all your kids are different. They
Mm-hmm.
think different. They
Yes.
might be a year apart or 2 years apart,
Or even
but they
twins.
have totally different minds.
Even
Or
twins
even
have
twins. Yeah,
even twins have
they
different
might be even twins,
personalities.
but they might have different personalities. So as an adult, you need to find out what their personality is,
Mm-hmm.
and you yourself, not them to
Mm-hmm.
you, but you to them, need to adjust to who they
Mm-hmm.
are.
Yeah.
You do
Hey, the,
that,
the
you will become a great dad, a
Yeah,
great mom.
Arlette says yes, and celebrate the individual strengths of each child. That is true, and by
Yeah,
celebrating them, it's by including everybody, include
yeah.
include their
Hmm.
include their strengths, their promotions at school, with including everybody in that celebration. Oh my God, so and so graduated. What do you think? Oh my God, I'm happy for them. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. Whether it's
Hmm.
sports, graduating high school or graduate or promoting from kindergarten or VPK into kindergarten, fifth grade into middle school. It's always a celebration of what they're doing, their accomplishments, right?
Right. Yeah.
We grew up in an era, where our well, I can speak for me that my dad was real tough. He had that
Mhm.
old school mentality that it was, like this, like the shirt, be a man, be a man, be a man. Sometimes there were times where he would, show us a little love, but it wasn't like I would have loved it, you know. Um, Eventually it came into that, but it took some time. But that doesn't mean I was gonna raise my kids that certain way. I was gonna be more of the understanding side of parenting. On getting to know the individual child and celebrating, like Miss Arlette says, celebrating them together. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense there. Shayla, I hope that answered your question. So I don't know. I don't know if that made any sense to you.
So I stepped away from it. So I guess we still are live. So Jose was talking about the importance of being a great dad. I think that you know it's it's definitely it's a job that we all have, and it's a big responsibility. So we all have to stay strong. I stepped out of the microphone for a little bit. I think I lost you, Jose. You are back. My bad, man. I stepped out of the microphone for a little bit. You're back online.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead with your comments.
Yeah, I'm here, man.
No, yeah. So you were talking about the importance of being a dad. So go ahead.
No, no, I was saying because of that comment that they made there,
Hmm.
about what how do we celebrate each kid's individualities and
Hmm.
whatnot. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So, I was just telling them, man, it's always good to include all the others in the family celebrating, you know, uh, each individual child as individuals. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Whatever their accomplishments may be. So I just hope I answered it well, and yeah, because
Yeah, no, no, definitely, definitely, definitely. Sorry, it was I so anyways, like you guys know, this is an uncut podcast.
said, boy,
Everything
you can't
happens
usually
live
step in
here,
the way
so
we're live.
so
Yeah, I was
I
like, I was like, I was like, damn, I'm by myself. Should I do some like hand puppet shows or something, man? I was like,
hey, you should have run the puppets out. We're like,
yeah,
but no, this has been a great experience, and like we said on the beginning, the whole purpose of this podcast was just to kind of talk, in between friends and share our thoughts. I wanted to make this a live podcast so we can interact with the people that are listening.
yeah,
I think that's one of the most beautiful things about technology is that it allows a lot of people, a bunch of people to get together,
Yeah.
and no matter where they are, like, look at you, you're like, what is it, like, how many
50,
miles?
I think
15,
1,500 miles.
1,500 miles away, you know, and I'm
Mhm.
communicating to you like if you were sitting in my living room, you know.
Yeah.
Then we have other people sitting on their living rooms or, you know, their kitchens or their cars, wherever they are, and they're here chit-chatting with us, you know.
Mhm.
So I think that's one of the beautiful things, and that was my vision of making this podcast a live podcast.
And this is new to us. You know, it's not gonna be perfect.
Yeah,
You
of
know,
course it's not,
we're,
you
we're,
know.
we're still learning the little
Mhm,
nuances of, you know, how to bring people in the conversation, or, you know,
mhm.
video and whatever the heck, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
we'll get it together, people.
We'll get it together, and but it's been 2 hours. We've been live 2 hours, bro.
Crazy, huh?
And we
Crazy.
only talk about like not even like a
Just
zero
just
point
everyday
zero
shit.
1%.
Yeah. These are conversations we honestly have with each other when we're together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you up to? You know, it's crazy how it just flows, it just keeps going. I mean,
It
this
does.
right here, 2 hours, we could probably edit this, and the second show we can all be absent and just continue it later.
Yeah, no, there's so much to talk about.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for joining us tonight
Thank
in
you
the
all.
Amigo podcast. Thank you, Mr. Diaz, for taking your time. Um, Oye,
10-4.
sorry.
10-4, good buddy.
um,
Arlette, I want to thank Arlette,
Ale
Shayla,
had a very good question. Yeah.
Manolo, Emari.
Maria, Tony,
Yeah, no, Pepperoni
Angelica,
Tony.
and
We don't have to
Marie.
thank him, man. He wasn't even. Come on,
Who?
yeah. Pepperoni Tony. Nah.
Oh, Pepperoni Tony. Go screw yourself, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you for the questions, man. You know, it's you know, it's cool. Maria, thank you. You know what I mean? For asking us these things, man, because these are exactly like Elmer was saying, exactly the stuff we want to talk about. You know, the parenting, the careers, you know, the spirituality, all that other stuff. You know, so without you guys, you know, we wouldn't have topics. You know what I mean? So want to thank you for being live with us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and definitely there's so much to talk about. You know, I can literally stay here the whole
Mhm.
night,
Yeah,
the
well, I
whole
got things to
night,
do,
and
pal.
talk about it. But I'm sure they're already giving you. I want to say I want to say they're already feeding you Bacardi, so I know what's coming.
Yeah. She's probably downstairs like, I thought we were going out. You over here podcasting.
You were supposed to be here an hour ago.
Yeah.
What the hell are you? But now we're gonna let you go. Thank you, Arle, for
Thank you.
joining us. I appreciate your question. I definitely would love for you to come here to the house and be part of this podcast.
Yeah.
So Arle is a great friend of mine.
Mm-hmm.
She's very intellectual.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great mom. She
Nice.
has 2 kids, and I think there's a lot to learn from Arle, she's awesome. So we'll
awesome.
definitely have her here sometime in the future.
Mhm.
Thank you guys. Thank you to my daughters, my friends that took their time to joked around and asked us questions here. This is your podcast, Entre Amigos. Gracias a todas las personas que estuvieron con nosotros en este podcast. Esta fue nuestra introducción.
Our
Allá
special
atrás
guest, Danny
ustedes
DeVito.
tienen a DeVito. So DeVito has a whole bunch of questions. So every time we see DeVito in the back, that means there's a question.
That's our question producer.
That's a question producer. Él está pendiente de todas las preguntas. Gracias a todos y nos vemos
Thanks,
la otra
Manolo.
semana. Y José, Dios te bendiga, mano.
You
Y
too,
gracias
brother.
por todo. Que
Love
pasen
you, man.
muy feliz noche. Nos vemos el otro sábado aquí en tu podcast Entre Amigos.